Alrighty guys, how's she going? It is done. So the plywood on that side, we're just using old plywood that we had kicking around. Here it was dark colored because it wasn't painted. This side was painted, but the other side of it was not. And CP did her diesel fuel oil mix saturation on it. We just got it all mounted. It's wet, that plywood. Something else that we just got done doing. Watch this. Put the kind of a electrical tape handle on the end of the handle. That works really nice. So this little gate right here, when it's this way, we figured we should put a piece of plywood on there. So I got the plywood so they back into it and it hits on the bars. Over here, so as they're coming from the rear section up, they can't see through. We got that plywood there, so if they hit it, it's pushing on the bars behind. And then when this is like this, CP was afraid that if it's like that and somebody's ass, if they're smaller, happens to get in there, she had me put that on there. We just ran with some expanded metal for that section. What else? Oh yes, the butt bar. That's in. Put some tape on the top for the handle of the butt bar, and that's a capped off bottom holder, so it sits right in there. Sweet. Let's get it to the barn because our day is not done by the long shot. Alrighty, I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll get it in the barn and we'll bring you back after. Morning everybody. How the hell you guys doing? There's the lights. Little blue.
If you're getting them something, you're looking for some ideas.
This right here, orange light, is the glow plug that just went out. Let's see if this sucker's gonna fire. Oh yeah, just like that. Not plugged in. Let this guy run for a while to warm up. It's frosty out here. And turn the heaters on. Now we can step outside. And some of you guys might remember this thing from last year. Brant 7500 HP. We've got him set up in the oat bin because there's a truck coming. 2 trucks actually. And we're going to empty that roughly 2,500 bushel out of there today. And way over there you can see some flashing lights. Well, that's on the grid. It's the contracting company that's to be putting in the new overhead power line have finally started working. And apparently the project is supposed to be done by March 31. So They basically got 3 months to get I don't know how many miles of power line installed. That ought to be interesting. Anyway, I'm heading into the barn here. I'll bring you guys back in a sec once we get there. Oh, a little brighter in here. So, yesterday I was in the city. Loaded up on some salt, cow salt, mineral. The feeders, mineral tubs, and salt tubs have all been filled up out in the pasture, corrals, so on and so forth. The calves over here, replacement heifers, they don't get loose mineral because it's all in a pellet form. Morning, girls. We got this thing in here. She looks pretty good in here. But what CP and I decided, and I was going to do it, just never got to it yet. The other side, we're going to chain it, like the connection point. Right here, you can see it's kind of overlapping this here. So I got to pull it ahead some, and we're going to chain it at that point. But because the first section comes at an angle, and then this one goes straight, we got an extra wide gap here. So we can't get here and here to connect. So what I'm going to do is install what I'm calling a floater post. Basically, it's just a single post with the connection points so that we could do our pin drop. If you follow my drift. So that when this goes down, one of these is on that post that goes to here, and on the other side it's a double that would go to here. Top and bottom. So it's just a post basically 4.5 feet long that you set in. It's a floater post. So yeah. And then this thing is basically ready to rock and roll, right? Once that floater post is installed, and this is all lined up the way we want it, then we can push the main squeeze, push him back, because this point right here, that right there, goes inside here for a pin drop. That's the one down there. It goes over top of this point for a pin drop. This here connection point goes inside there, and this one goes in between those two for pin drops. That's what locks it all into each other. What? Anywho, I'm going to be back outside here right away. We're going to feed these girls up their grain early. It's going to be dark because that trucker's supposed to be here in about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. We'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, well, Jason's in the yard. He got a new trailer this year. Big bitch. And we're fired up and we're running. I think he should be able to haul about 2,000 bushels. You can haul 2, right? Pardon? You should be able to get 2 on. Should 1,800 somewhere if it weighs up. So it's actually half a pound heavier than last year. Well, so it'll be close. So we were like 1950 or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So it'll be, yeah. So it won't quite empty the bin into his truck, but we got another truck coming for the remainder. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Well, there goes Jason. Boy, yuck. Anyways, had a few issues here. This shit right here right at my door. It got some moisture in the oats right at the door, and it was plugging the end of the spout, and we were having trouble getting it to friggin' suck up. But he's loaded and gone. It's 8:45, and we still got, there's only one ring across the back end. I'm gonna say close to 600 bushels still in this bin, if not a bit more. Jason figures he's got about 1900 on his truck. So look at the chaff. Woo! I should have turned that sumbitch. Anyways, I am going to let you guys go. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. We got a second truck coming. My buddy Daryl is coming with his 5-ton. And yeah, that's that'll get rid of the oats. So I'll let you guys go, and we'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, 10:33. Daryl's in the yard, ready to rock and roll. So I just gotta fire up, and we'll be able to rock and roll. And there's the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, we'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, so because of all the goddamn welding we've been doing in this yard, you see those guys over there? There's a new power line coming in. You can just barely make out the new line. There's the end of the line, the last pole. We had to get extra power brought into the yard, run 3-phase. Yeah, it's not going to be a nice bill. It's coming from 8 miles away. All new line, heavier power. And if you believe that, you'll believe that I got oceanfront property in Arizona too. We are getting new power line, but it's not because I need more. We'll catch y'all later. Alrighty guys, well, we got 3,008 bushels of grain hauled out of here today. So, and I got a phone call. Back in a minute. And we're back. So, this grain bin did get some moisture in it through the door and around the bottom edge. You can see that right there. So we got some cleanup to do come spring once things thaw out and whatnot. And there's still a good, probably close to, I'm gonna say 60, maybe 70 bushels in here that we're gonna have to shovel out, but that's not so bad. Majority of it is gone. So all total, there was probably close to 3,100 bushels of oats because of the weight in this bin. It weighed up pretty nice. Anywho, yeah. So we're just putting stuff away. I got to get all these hoses tucked away on the rack of the Brant HD, and then move it out of the way, and we'll park it because it's going back to its owner next week. So I'll let you guys go and bring you back in a few minutes. Yeah, the joys. So this is what we get to deal with for the rest of the winter. all the chaff, the fine grain dust and shit. Because we use the grain vac, that stuff blows out the exhaust, which in turn gives you heavier grain and more bushels on the trucks. So, I don't remember if I said it before or not, but with the grain we shipped and the grain that's still in there, we basically, because of the weight of the grain, that's a 2250 bushel bin, and we had 3,100 bushels in there. Because there's roughly, I want to say close 70 bushels. What the heck is that? See that? That's a piece of wire. Anyways, I want to say there's damn close 70 bushels in the bin yet, if not just a bit more. Daryl figures 75. I was thinking 50 to 60. So let's round it off to 70. And we shipped 3,008. So real goddamn close to 3,100 bushels in a 2250 bushel bin. Can't complain too much with that, right? So anyway, what am I doing? Well, remember this morning I said about a floater post for our adjustable alley. I'm not going to bother turning the lights on because myself, I don't necessarily need them. But bear with me, guys. I got to get rid of this wire. They're pissed off because I haven't given them their grain yet. They can wait. It won't hurt them. A wire in the garbage. Floater post or connection post. What does that mean? Well, like I said this morning, because we've got this really wide gap from this point to this point, right? So, floater post literally is just a post. Back you up a bit if you can see this. See this thing right here? So, I need to make connection points, and it goes in between. Let's see if I do this. Not able to do that right now. Okay, go like that, go like that. There. So it goes, I got to put a couple of connection points on it, and it would go in between like that. That's how it works. That's my floater post or connection point. One there, and then at the top. The reason I call it floater, because it actually won't touch the ground. It'll hang in between the connection points. That's her. Anyway, I want to let you guys go. I'll mark this out. We'll go get her fixed up and get it painted, and then it can sit overnight to dry, and we'll get her installed tomorrow morning. Talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, well there it is. The floater post or connection post hanging to dry.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she even brought some wood into the shop for me. Awesome. Now I got to go back to the barn.
I told you to do it while you were there.
Yeah. Alrighty. I can shut this thing down.
I hear you cooking supper though.
You hear that I'm cooking supper?
I've been running around with cows today.
Well, I was running around with grain trying to make a couple of bucks.
I was keeping a couple of bucks happy today.
You're keeping a couple of bucks happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have book work to do.
You what?
I have book work to do.
You got book work to do.
Yeah.
Oh. Alrighty. You know what else is going on right now for the last month? You know what else is going on for the last month here?
The last month?
Yeah, since it started getting colder and we've been wearing overalls.
It wants to snow.
No. You know what this weather is? It's
What?
the reminder that if you eat at Taco Bell, what it really smells like, because you can't run away from it. You got the overalls.
That's the bib overalls. I don't have that. I wear Walmart.
You got the overalls on and it just billows straight up.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. I think I got enough for you guys for this one, so I'll let y'all go. This was grain hauling, I guess. The oats is gone. The 2023 oat crop is basically gone. We got...
You're quite the gentleman.
Yeah, I know. Did you want me to haul that for you? I'm going to the barn. Okay, I could carry that for you.
I got it. I
Well,
have it.
We'll both carry it then, see? Kindling, start a fire in the house. Anyways, we probably got around, I don't know, maybe 500 bushels left still with what's in that steel bin,
I think you're wrong.
plus what's in the wood bin.
I think you're wrong.
You think I'm wrong?
Yep.
Well, we haven't been using that much oats lately, but we'll have enough to get us through and for seed. I'm not too worried about that. So like I said earlier, I'm sure I got more than enough for you. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching.
Have a good night.
Tell your friends and neighbors to subscribe to the channel. And like CP said, have a good night. Fun, fun, fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch you all later.